Today we travel to Medina, Ohio in this special edition of Woo! On today's special episode of Planet Earth, we took footage and narration submitted from residents in Medina, Ohio. With a population of near 27,000, many people consider Medina just a speck on the map. In this episode of Planet Earth, we'll see that, although small, Medina has some stunning natural wonders and narrations to share with the rest of the world. First, we meet Adam McFly. McFly is a bird fanatic who relates his love of birds to us by personifying these fluffy creatures in ways we've never thought of before. He has known about birds for about 17 years, and has recently spent 2 hours in North America studying the fascinating and exotic lifestyles of house sparrows in his very backyard. This is from where he submitted his most recent personal narration tape. Let's have a look.
Here we find a few upper-class birds. You could tell that they are wealthy because their feathers are clean and shiny. It's almost like they're not even real. I'm sure that they will go on to attain an expensive college education, and they will most likely get high-paying jobs that will put them in the top 5% of earned income. Now we move across town to a family of birds that struggle with the poverty line. There are 3 baby birds in this dilapidated nest. They are extremely dirty, malnourished, and they all cry out with hunger as their mother works her 3rd job of the day. She doesn't have money for a babysitter, so she must leave her kids alone in a bad part of town where they are susceptible to fall into a gang and drop out of high school. Their future doesn't look bright, but with some bird food stamps, they just might have a shot at rising above the poverty line that their mother has been struggling with her entire life.
Thank you, Adam, for that unique look on avian life. Those birds sure look like they're having quite a difficult time. Hopefully, the mother can pull together some more cash to make ends meet before social services get involved. Next, we go to Chris, who shares his passion for trees with us by means of a spoken word poem. He is accompanied by world-renowned guitar player, Stone.
Of this mighty tree control the water flow to the entire tree, like a bureaucracy. First water flows into the trunk, then to the branches, and finally the leaves. If there is a shortage of H2O, the wimpy leaves are the first to go. The roots couldn't care less about a few dead leaves, but without the little leaves acting as the sun's sleeves, the entire tree would die.
The spoken word single, Trees, is available on iTunes. Now for a short message from our sponsors.
This weather stinks. It's so cold.
It's not warm enough.
I wish I could afford a sweater.
I wish I had a coat, a nice toasty coat.
The toasty coat warms your skin. The toasty coat, funded by Frank Watkins. It'll keep you warm. It'll fit you right.
Today we have been playing some personal documentary submissions from residents in Medina, Ohio, on this special edition of Planet Earth. First, we heard from an ecstatic bird enthusiast, Adam McFly. Then we listened to a spoken word poem narrated by Chris. Finally, we will hear from Naj Nonnell, a retired geologist and musician who will be following an infinitely interesting subject: the rock.
A group of rocks is generally very tight-knit, and they work together for the benefit of all. That is, until one rock breaks the rules. This here citizen was charged with voluntary rock slaughter of a pebble. In the sedimentary community, they deal with crimes in quite an uncivilized manner. As a negative sanction, they cast out those who are convicted of a crime and rarely ever let them return. Perhaps if this rock shows good behavior, he can rejoin his brethren in the group.
Thank you, Naj, for that interesting look at crimes and punishment in the sedimentary community. We will be right back to conclude our program after a short message from the company that makes our show possible. We know you've been waiting. Now it can be yours for less than $20. Today we have seen some examples of nature at its finest in Medina, Ohio. We first saw Adam McFly follow the lives of two bird families on opposite sides of the economic spectrum. Next, we listened tentatively as Chris told us the story of a tree in form of a spoken word poem. Finally, we heard from retired geologist and musician Naj Nonnell. With Naj, we traced the path of a crime-ridden rock community and found out what happens to perpetrators of crime. Through all of our travels, Medina has revealed how some of the seemingly simplest things in life can be manifested into profound spectacles worthy of acknowledgement on a planetary level. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Planet Earth.